Let us get started with surface areas and volumes. We have come across flat plane figures such as square, circle, triangle, and rectangle. These are also called as two-dimensional shapes that can be measured only in two faces, that is length and width. How about three-dimensional shapes? Now, let us explore in detail what are three-dimensional shapes. In day-to-day life, we have seen football, boxes, logs, ice creams, and many more. We see that these have perfect attributes like faces, edges, and corners. Therefore, these kind of shapes are called three-dimensional shapes, which has three dimensions, namely length, width, and height. Anything with those three dimensions is a solid figure, and because we live in a three-dimensional world, we see these things or figures around us. Here, we will be dealing with 6 solid figures, namely cube, cuboid, cylinder, sphere, cone, and hemisphere. What do you think is a cuboid? A cuboid is nothing but a 3D figure which has 6 rectangle faces placed at right angles. The highlighted line shows you the edge of the cuboid. Therefore, a cuboid has 12 edges in total. And the point where 2 or more lines, edges, or curves join is called the vertex. Therefore, a cuboid has 8 vertices, that is 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. The area of the outer surface of any solid figure is called the surface area. Now, let us discuss how to analyze surface area of the cuboid. Here, what are the dimensions of a cuboid? Look at the face 1. This has the dimension length and breadth, and there are 2 rectangles of these type. That is, one on the top and one on the bottom. Therefore, the area of this rectangle is 2 times of length and breadth. Now, have a look at face 2. This has the dimension length and height, and there are 2 rectangles of these type as well. That is, on either side of the cuboid. Therefore, the area of this rectangle is 2 times of length and height. Finally, look at face 3. This has the dimension breadth and height, and there are 2 rectangles of these type as well. That is, on either side of the cuboid. Therefore, the area of the rectangle is 2 times of breadth and height. I represent length, breadth, and height as L, B, and H here. So, what happens if we add all these dimensions, that is 2LB plus 2LH plus 2BH? Now, let us take 2 common from all these dimensions. Therefore, the surface area of the cuboid is given by 2 multiplied by LB plus LH plus BH. The surface area can also be called as the total surface area. So that now we have found out the surface area of the cuboid. Now, think of a cuboid box excluding its top and bottom face. These are called lateral surface area of a cuboid. Now, let us see how to analyze the lateral surface of a cuboid. Here, we have 2 rectangles of dimensions length and height and 2 rectangles of dimensions breadth and height. Therefore, lateral surface of the cuboid is given by adding the lateral sides. That is 2 times LH plus 2 times BH. Here, we take 2 in common. Therefore, we get 2H multiplied by L plus B. In the same way, let us discuss the surface area of cubes. As discussed in cuboid, cube also has 6 faces. That is 12 edges and 8 vertices. The only difference from cuboid is that instead of rectangle faces, cubes have square faces on all these sides. Here, each of my edge is represented as A. Therefore, the area of each square is A square. Here, we have totally 6 faces. Therefore, 6 times A square, we get 6A square. Same as cuboid, the lateral surface area of the cube is given by excluding the top and bottom surface. That is, taking only the sides of the cube, we get 4a square. Before we get started with the problems related to cuboid and cube, let us discuss some important conversions. Recall that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Suppose that I have 20 meters of ribbon. How will I convert 20 meters into centimeters? As I know, 1 meter is 100 centimeter. Therefore, 20 meters is 20 into 100 centimeter, which is equal to 2000 centimeters. Also, what if I asked you to convert 10 centimeter into meter? How is that obtained now? In previous condition, I multiplied it by 100. Here, we divided by 100 to obtain the results in meters. Therefore, 10 divided by 100 gives you 0.1 meter. So how much is 50 centimeter in meters? Therefore, 50 divided by 100 gives you 0.5 meter. Now, let us consider a problem. If we have a cuboid whose length, breadth and height are 15 centimeter, 10 centimeter and 20 centimeter respectively, what is the surface area and lateral surface area of the cuboid? Let us find the solution for the same. From the question, we identified that length, breadth and height is given by 15, 10 and 20 centimeters respectively. We also know that surface area of the cuboid is given by 2 of LB plus LH plus BH. Therefore, 2 multiplied by 15 cross 10 plus 15 cross 20 plus 10 cross 20 centimeter square. Multiplying and adding up, you get 2 multiplied by 150 plus 300 plus 200 centimeter square. Adding the same, you get 2 times multiplied by 650, that is centimeter square in units. We get 1300 centimeter square. So how do we find the lateral surface area of a cuboid? So the formula for the same is 2h multiplied by L plus B centimeter square. Substituting the values, we get 2 cross 20 multiplied by 15 plus 10 centimeter square. That is 40 cross 25 centimeter square. Solving the same, you get 1000 centimeter square. Now, let us consider another problem where we can incorporate both cube and cuboid. A cubical box has each edge 10 centimeter and another cuboidal box is 12.5 centimeter long, 10 centimeter wide and 8 centimeter high. Which box has the greater lateral surface area and by how much? The second subpart, which box has the smaller total surface area and by how much? The solution for the same is as follows. So, the lateral surface area of a cube is given by area of 4 faces, that is 4a square. So, substituting and plugging the values, you get 4 into 10 square, which is equal to 400 centimeter square. So, how do you find the lateral surface area of a cuboid? So, the formula for the same is 2h into L plus B. Now, let us plug in the values. We get 2 cross 8 multiplied by 12.5 plus 10 centimeter square. Solving the same, we get 360 centimeter square. Therefore, lateral surface area of a cube is greater than lateral surface area of the cuboid by 40 centimeter square. Now, what is the total surface area of a cube? The total surface area of the cube is given by 6a square. That is 6 times 10 square, giving you 600 centimeter square. So, what would be the total surface area of a cuboid as well? Therefore, that is 2 times LB plus LH plus BH. After plugging in the values, we get 2 cross 125 plus 100 plus 80 centimeter square. Adding and multiplying the same, we get 610 centimeter square. Let's summarize. Total surface of a cuboid is given by 2 times LB plus LH plus BH. Lateral surface of a cuboid is given by 2h times L plus B. And total surface of a cube is 6 times a square and lateral surface of a cube is given by 4a square.